Good morning, it's Saturday. I've just rolled out of bed at 9 a.m. But it's fine. Callum's literally been up since 7:30. He always does this thing, right, where he books his haircut for 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning and I proper don't appreciate it. But it's fine. I've done that thing where, because he's out, I've stayed in bed for an hour and just scrolled through TikTok and it's just not productive. Making crepes. How's crepes?
Don't get any better. Sonic Wall here.
No.
Good morning.
I'm gonna have for my first one
What are you having on there?
orange juice and shug.
And what?
Shug. Back from the gym. Sorry for the chaotic start of that video. I had this idea that I wanted to do with my YouTube. So I want to do like my vlogs, like my weekends and maybe what I wear, I don't know. But I wanted to start like a series. I don't know if I can call it that, but a YouTube series, if that's a thing. Don't know, I've had this vision in my head and this is what I want to do. I want to and I want to call it Conversations. And I want it to be based around being the age I am now, like being in my early 20s and talking about like the stuff that you talk to yourself about in your head, if that makes sense. So like the difficulties of trying to choose what you want to do for the rest of your life at this age, or like trying to keep up with the trends, trying to keep up with everybody else, like not knowing where you need to be because some friends are having kids and some people are just still going out every weekend and having fun. And there's no right or wrong to that, but I feel like at this age you do sometimes feel like you should be doing one thing but you should be doing another thing as well. And so I wanted to make these videos as in like speaking about stuff like that, but with other people, with myself, and just getting different opinions on it, because I want to make a what's it called, a channel that's relatable. Like I want people to, when they're feeling a bit like I'll watch that because it's relatable, rather than watching me go for a weekend away, which I hardly ever do now because it's so expensive, because it's not relatable. Like I feel like you look at someone's social media and you don't see everything else behind it. So it's not, oh, puppy! This is Simon. Simon Dowie. I also want people to give me ideas of what they want to talk about. Not like an agony aunt, but more of a, yeah, I've done that too, yeah, that I go through this too. Like, no, maybe I haven't, let's talk about that sort of thing. Realistically, is anything going to be perfect for you? Probably not. Especially at this age, like, I feel like it was 2 minutes ago since I turned 18, and it's not now. Like, it's quite a while. But I still feel like I should be going out every weekend, but then it's like you have the pressures of saving money and getting a house, or you have the pressures of going on all these different holidays, travelling and seeing places before you have kids and stuff like that. So what am I supposed to do? What? I can't do all of them because I just haven't got the capacity for that. And that's what I want to talk about in these videos. So this one is going to be like the basics of being in your early 20s. So I'm going to talk to people like my boyfriend, my friends, and just get their like ideas and stuff. So yeah, I decided I want to do a little bit of makeup before my friend picks me up. I've literally got about 5 minutes. I just wanted to feel a bit good. I've got moisturiser on, so I'm not being disgusted and not putting primer on because I'm moisturised. Okay, already done my eyebrows. Just gonna use this. I love watching people do their makeup. But it could never be me because I just can't do it. Like I got this because it was a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury. I've never used Charlotte Tilbury in my life. I wish I could. I just don't want to invest in stuff if I'm not going to use it every day. But I'm feeling it today. I'm just going to give it a go. You're balanced on my hairspray, so if it falls, ever so sorry. To be fair, my skin has got a little bit better over the past week. I just think with the cold and, pardon me, and stuff, it's gone a bit dry. And I tried retinol for the first time as well. Skincare, like watching other people do it, I've tried retinol, and as soon as I put it on my face, it just burned. It just burnt. So I washed it off straight away. And that's another thing about being in my early 20s. I'm getting more conscious about, I'm going to stop producing, my collagen will slow down soon. And like, I'm not going to lie, I did use sunbeds quite a lot, and I've stopped now because realistically it's not good for you. And sometimes though, it does clears up my skin, and I get like patchy skin where like if I wear fake tan, my tan doesn't attach to it. So in the summer, I do have a couple of sunbeds, I say a couple, to like, because I can't fake tan because all my arms are out and everything, and I'll just see my patches and it'll just annoy me. So yeah, I've now got to the point where I just need to, I'm using like tanning mist rather than going on the sunbed to make my face look a bit more tanned and stuff. I don't even have an eyebrow brush. I probably do, but I don't know where. This is disgusting, but... Nothing like a blend with the finger. That'll do. Makes me feel a bit more awake, because I can assume you? What's it called? I can assure you that Ellie looks bloody insane.
Tell them your news! So, my news, kind of scary. Just had a phone call and I might be getting some lip filler tomorrow.
Might be, but she is. She's not might be. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous though. I don't want it to hurt.
But tell them why you are getting it done.
Because I'm ugly.
No.
Why am I getting it done?
Because of how you're feeling.
Just feel really not confident lately. Feel not getting a lot in. I just want 0.5, and then hopefully I can just look more like my natural lips when they're got liner on. So nothing too drastic, just a little enhancement.
Boosting.
Yeah. Scary stuff.
And new 2023. Feeling better, but
yeah.
Also remember you are still beautiful.
Thank you.
But this is an example of being in your early 20s.
It is.
Isn't it?
It's been something I have thought about before in the past, and I let it marinate in my brain, and I think now is the time.
And also, without looking at other people get it done, inspiration, looking at people and thinking, that looks nice, that would suit me.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier about the retinol, because I've watched other people do it thinking, oh, their skin's lovely, that might suit me, but it just burnt my skin.
Yeah.
But I tried it, and I had lip filler before, loved it, and I do kind of want it again, but Ellie's going to go and get it done. And maybe that's going to convince me. God's sake. Look at Ellie's parcel things.
I'm moving!
The squad are back together.
He's back from his holiday with
He's
Mum and Dad.
back. Did you have a nice holiday, Boo Boo Biscuits? Down with you, banana. Look at his little bag.
He's got a little carrier now.
So, I've told you about what this video is about, isn't it? This first one, about my new series, YouTube series.
Yeah, man.
So it's like early 20s and the basics of being early 20. And I had talked, like I went with Ellie yesterday on our little walk. And Ellie has had a tough year too. And she's had to decide what she wants to do with her career, and she also wants to go travelling, and she's had to like decide what she wants to do, and we just had a really deep chat about it yesterday. What about you? What would you say if you found like the hardest being this age?
Probably like 3 times to be fair. Working long days and then getting home late. By the time you get home, you're just too tired to actually do anything.
Yeah, and like
then the weekend,
the adjustment from uni to full time.
So much free time, it's like goes the other way.
That was a big. I found that hard actually, didn't I? Like, because with Instagram and stuff, like going out and taking pictures or going for a run whenever you want to, like you can't. And like now Callum's training for the marathon as well. Like you feel inclined that you have to do it.
Yeah, and then like getting home, last thing you want to do is go for a run, really. Mm-hmm. Apologies, we're back.
But then about like the travelling side of it as well, like.
Well, yeah.
But last year we did quite a lot, and then obviously trying to afford it as well.
Yeah, it's just trying to fit everything in, like.
And like there's so like what I said earlier is like there's so many people our age doing this, like loads of different things.
Yeah.
Like look at my best friend, baby.
Yeah. And then like half of our year fucked off to Australia for a year.
Yeah.
Or like, do you know what I mean? That looks good and stuff.
And
like
then there's
Bali
people that
and
still
stuff.
go out every weekend and have fun and like.
Yeah.
And do you? And as well with the boys, like you all want to be young, but then you're like now at that age where you do have to think about houses and settling down and. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I think that's a really difficult like combination to have.
Yeah, it's hard because obviously, like you say, you see people doing everything else, and you want to do it. Like this time of year now, it's January. Everyone I know is going skiing and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to do that like next year, but at the same time, that's a like chunk of money that you don't need to spend if you're trying to save for like a house or something.
Yeah. And then it's
So-
like, oh, you're only young once, and
Yeah,
like,
and you want to do it for your kids or whatever.
yeah. But then it's like, what
Swings
about if
and
you carry
roundabouts.
on doing that, and then you get to the point where you have kids, and you're like, oh.
Yeah,
So that's what I find difficult about being our age.
I agree. 100%.
Yeah. Pete! Frankie having his cappuccino. He's literally living the life. He's such a king. He's like, nice, Frankie. Frankie. Yummy! It's literally been about 3 days since the last video of this. It's now Wednesday. I last vlogged on Sunday, so yeah, that's about right. Been so busy, I suppose, but I really wanted to finish this first like conversations vlog, whatever it's going to be, off like about being in early 20s and whatever. I wanted this to be a short one because it's like the basics, if there is basics to being in your 20s, but like I met with my friend on Sunday and she's an older lady, and I just I had a thought that like I have quite a few people of different age ranges that are like my friends, and they range from like teens, like people I've met through work, to like in their 60s, and I go for bottomless brunch with people like in their 40s, 60s, and I have the most fun. Like, and the lady I met on Sunday, met with her like and had a cup of tea, and like she's a really lovely friend. And it just made like I always ask the questions of what was your life like when you was younger? Like, does it go quick? And they always say yeah. Like everyone I ask always says it does go quick. Like it feels like that since they was 20 years old and whatever. And I think because I've talked to so many people like that now, it's made me. I'm not very spontaneous, but more spontaneous. Like I'm obviously cautious about like saving money and this and that, but then it's like, but your life goes too quick, and by the time you know it, you've got like kids, a house, a mortgage, and that's the biggest pressure. Like you know that's gonna happen to you, and you know it's gonna come around quick, and that's what's scary. Like am I doing enough? Am I seeing enough of the world? Like am I saving enough money? Am I living life to the fullest while I can? Like I know you can forever, but I mean like before you have all these commitments, but you still have to save for all these commitments. It's just crazy. But anyway, as well, I think it's such a good perspective to have like friends like that who have lived and who have experienced stuff, and what advice they'd give to you, and sometimes it's just nice to have a break from like people your own age, because obviously we're all going through the same stuff. Like everyone finds it difficult, and then like people like that just have so much knowledge, and I'm literally waffling, proper waffling. I knew I would in this sort of video, but I just find it really lovely that like I can sit and listen to them, and it's just so interesting, and I think people like that appreciate it as well, because they've got like they were our age once, and they lived their best life. Like they went clubbing and they did all this and all that, and like we forget that they did that. So I love having like, even with like Callum's parents, like having the conversations of when they were young. It just makes me like warm, and like we were sat in a little like fish and chip shop, and they were saying how they used to go there when they were younger after nights out, and it used to be a takeaway like kebab place rather than a fish and chip shop and stuff like that. And it's crazy that they had these experiences and we're just now living like that, if that makes sense.
This is the last bit of the video, I literally promise. I've been filming this all week now. I finished it off a couple of nights ago, then I thought, actually, I want to say a bit more. And I feel like this video might have been a bit negative at points, like talking about how difficult it can be. But like, what a blessing it is to be this age too. Like, we've got so much life ahead, and like, we've got so much to decide what we want to do. And I think as well, comparison is a big thing in today's like generation, because you see it everywhere, and like you see everyone's lives, and it's easy to think, oh, I wish I was doing that, or I could have done that, and I think now, like, whatever pathway you choose is your pathway, and you just can't look at other people and wish that was you, because you've been given this life to live it to your fullest. And there's been moments in life where I've been like, oh God, I so wish I was doing that, or why didn't I do that, or oh, I wish I was doing that, like what they are doing, I wish I was going on as many holidays as them, etc. But realistically, you've just got to look at your life and like what you've done that's brought you to this moment. And if there's more that you want, whatever you want, you've got to just go for it. And I feel like if I didn't have jobs last year where I wasn't getting the fulfillment that I wanted, then I wouldn't be pushing myself out of my comfort zone today to do stuff like this. And I'm not gonna lie, there's probably people sat there thinking, oh my God, what is she saying, and like cringing. I'm even cringing at myself, but this is what I want to do, so I'm gonna do it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You try. If you try and fail, try again, or try something else. And it's like, we're so blessed to be, well, I'm so blessed to be at this age now. I'm scared of getting old, don't get me wrong. I feel like life is going like that, and that's why it makes me so motivated now to enjoy every day. Like, I wasn't happy in my old jobs because I just wasn't getting fulfillment, so I thought I'll change that, and I'm so much more content with life. And I'm still not where I want to be, but I'll get there because I'm working for it. So positivity, don't compare. You are you have your own life, and do what you want with it. And like, yeah, there's people in their 20s who have succeeded in their career already, there's people who are just starting, and there's people who don't even know what they want to do. And isn't it amazing how everyone is in a different boat? Everyone's got their own story. As cringe as that is, I just think it's great. And that's the outlook you need to have. So going forward, we're going to have a really good positive attitude. We're going to talk about these problems and how it's made people feel. And I really hope that you didn't think this episode was just me chatting absolute shit, because it is, but I've enjoyed it actually. And I really hope that these episodes are enjoyable too for you. But yeah, actually, bye now. Thank you for watching. I'll stop boring you now. Thanks.